Thanks for coming. A couple quick comments, and I'll take some questions. Great team win. Not great execution, but great team win. Tough environment, 11 a.m. game against a very good team that we have a lot of respect for. There wasn't a whole lot of motivating this week to get them ready. All you had to do was show the film. A team that just beat the tar out of Iowa the week before, and really got a lot of respect for Coach Kiel and the way he does his business. So tough environment. First time I've ever been here. This is I don't want to see this on the schedule for a while. Certainly not November. But a great team win. Once again, I didn't say great execution all the time, but really in that kind of environment, not bad.
Clay. Yeah, despite the issues, JT sets a single season record for touchdowns today, surpassing Braxton from a year ago.
Wow.
What does that say about his year?
Well, I think you can tell the kind of trust we have in him. That in that kind of environment, you have to really handpick who's going to touch the ball. And we have a lot of confidence in Zeke, and we got a lot of confidence in JT, and these kind of conditions where the ball's slick and it's like a rock when it gets that cold. And so we have a lot of confidence in him. Like I said earlier in the season, we had no idea who he was. I had no idea that this is what JT Barrett is. A very clear picture of who he is now.
Tim.
Yeah. Urban, the two turnovers by Jalen were huge and stuff. What was your message to him? Obviously, he kept playing and stuff, but what was the sort of the message there?
Oh, he's a young player. He's a freshman. We can't do that. So, we're different than a lot of people. I don't just yank guys out of the game. And if I see someone not going hard, then that's a different story. Obviously, it's got to stop, or eventually he'll just lose his playing time. But Dontre's out, and so we got to have him be more productive. And we're going to come right back to them. That's what good teams do. They pick each other up.
Well, Urban, you guys obviously dominated the game statistically, save for the turnovers. Kind of did everything you wanted to do, and yet it's a 7-point game. What's the mood in the locker room for this game?
Outstanding. Like we're one game away from winning the East Championship. That's what it's like. And I think they want to get the heck out of here. That's what they want to do.
Todd.
Urban, you don't get these opportunities very often. I guess maybe you do, but what would be your message to people looking at this on a national scale? What would you take away from this game?
Oh, I'd like to see everybody in the country come up here and do this. Come up here and play in November or whatever it is. What is the date today? November?
27.
Yeah, I challenge any team in the country wants to go and schedule this one in November, whatever it is, and against a very good team, have at it. That's our message.
Bill.
First of all, just how cold was it? And secondly, special teams, you knew Minnesota had good special teams.
Yeah.
You thought you did too. They won that battle.
Oh, they won it because of turnovers. I'm trying to think. Yeah, kickoff coverage is just okay. Yeah, they're very good. We're both 1 and 2, I think, in most of the rankings and special teams. They spend a lot of time on it. There's Jay Sauvel, their special teams coordinator. We coached together at Notre Dame a long time ago. And they spend a lot of time on it. They're a really well-coached team. I mean, that's if you asked Paul and any coach in America, say, tell me about Minnesota after watching the film. That's a top 25 team. That's well-coached in all 3 phases.
How cold was it?
What's that?
How cold was it?
Oh, I'm bundled up pretty good, so it wasn't tough on me. But the thing that was a mess was the just the snow and that kind of stuff. But that like I said, any team in the country come up here in the middle of November and go play, have at it.
Second row, Bill.
Urban, we kind of think of JT as a strong runner, sticking his nose in.
Yeah.
The sticks. He goes 86. No quarterback's ever done that at Ohio State.
Think about that for a minute. JT Barrett took one, how far?
86.
Yeah, 86. JT Barrett took one 86 yards. Pretty good for a guy that runs a 5.40.
Come on, Coach.
With a big tail.
We'll do a couple more questions with Coach. Back third row, Doug.
Urban, you've talked about how if guys are going hard, you're not going to take them out of the game, that kind of thing. But last week you just had a couple turnovers. This week, I mean, what? Do you just have to hope?
No, you don't hope. You grind them. And we're going to grind them big time. And that you'll start seeing if that and I got to evaluate that. That's a great question. That you don't just keep going. That's not what I mean at all. We don't yank guys that. Now, if I see that, then I go back and study that there's a loose ball, there's those kind of things. We'll get an opportunity to try to fix it, but then eventually they won't play. But we can't. You're right. I mean, to go on the road, think about that, on the road and those turnovers and still win. Once again, I'm not saying the score would have been out of hand, but if you don't, he's going in to score one and then he gives it up on the 7-yard line, or 10-yard line, whatever it was. But he's too good of a player that we got to get that fixed.
Okay, anybody else for coach? Go ahead, last question.
Irvin, real quick, the JT's pick there, is that a case of?
JT's pick,
Yeah, the
interception.
interception. Is that a case where, did he throw the ball in the right spot?
No, he should have thrown it to the inside, and he overthrew it. So two things you don't do on that play is throw it deep to the outside.
Coach, thank you very much.
Hey, JT, if you want to hop in.
And folks, just go right across the front row, starting with Clay with questions for JT.
JT,